Welcome to 2018 Lambda Pi Eta Induction Ceremony. It's great to see everybody, so many faces for our school, the School of Communication, Media, and Journalism. We have a great evening planned for you. And I'll just say we're going to have a couple people speak, but students, when you do come up, just towards the end, and we announce the names, we're not going to do it alphabetical. All the students got a card with their name on it, so we'll do it by row. You'll come up, you'll hand me your card, we'll call your name, we'll give you all your things, and then you can see where the curtains open a little bit there. You can walk right through there, and that goes down to the side over there, and you can go back to your seat, just so everybody knows how that is. Okay? So, our first speakers that I would like to introduce, a lot of you may have had for class or may have been in his office for, not overloads, because we don't do those, but for graduation or any time you need some help, our wonderful executive director, Dr. Jack Sargent.
So nice to look out at all of these wonderful family members who support these wonderful students of ours. But good afternoon and welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome family, friends, students, and faculty today to the School of Communication, Media, and Journalism's Lambda Pi Eta Awards ceremony. The students who will soon be on the stage have studied hard to earn this distinction. Only a small percentage of students actually earn this special achievement. Academic excellence is not easy. It requires diligence, tenacity, along with the support of family and friends. And sometimes a trip to Starbucks. Today's inductees deserve all of your congratulations. Thank you so much for coming out and honoring them.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sargent. Next, I guess since you're here for Lambda Pi Eta, it would be good to explain to you a little bit about what it's all about. So Lambda Pi Eta is the Communication Honor Society. Students, in order to get into Lambda Pi Eta, need to have a 3.0 overall GPA for all of their classes on campus, and a 3.25 GPA in communication, whether they're majoring or minoring in communication. So, as Dr. Sargent said, it is quite an accomplishment, and we commend you for that. And when we do this every year, we have certain requirements that the students have to do, certain things that they have to do in order to be accepted. And they have to provide a copy of their transcripts, which shows you what their grades are and how they're doing. And one other thing they have to do, which I know maybe some of you dread, is write an essay. And I'm getting head nods, yes, that they dread the essay, any kind of writing, right? But I will tell you, this year, going through those essays was my favorite part of doing this. There were some fantastic essays, and I teach classes. I feel like I get to know my students in the classroom, and we talk, and I help them out. But until I read some of those, you don't quite realize how much students have going on outside of the classroom in real life, whether it's sad stories, happy stories, families, children, sick relatives, all different things. And I can truly appreciate that not only are you all able to accomplish the 3.0 GPA and 3.25, but also doing that while juggling things in your real life. So I'm very proud of that, and I think you and your parents and everybody else should be proud of that fact as well. So thank you, and thank you for those essays. They were very good. We did. Okay, next, I want to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening, Dr. Christopher Lynch. Dr. Lynch has been at Kean for 23 years. He's past national president of the Association of Communication Administration, past president of the New Jersey Communication Association, current adjunct certification director for NJCA, author of a national award-winning book and several journal articles, and former chair of the communication department. And Dr. Lynch has taught me a lot since I've been at Kean. Thank you, Dr. Lynch. So if I could call Dr. Lynch up now. This afternoon, we're going to do magic. In fact, the people in the front rows here have already done magic. And I suspect that the people sitting behind them have been there all through their lives. And today you're saying, boy, this is amazing. This is magic. Communication is magic. Abracadabra. In Hebrew, it means when I speak, I create. When I speak, I create. Congratulations to the magicians who are about to be inducted. Because when you speak, you have the power to create. Nelson Mandela in South Africa, 27 years in prison, he turned his jailer into a friend. He turned his prison into a school of peace. He turned a nation divided, us versus them, into a rainbow nation. It didn't all happen overnight. There's still issues, but he did his magic. He built bridges. Anybody see the movie Black Panther? Do you feel the magic? Script writers, movie producers, actors and actresses have created a whole new world for children of color. Have you ever heard of the television program Madam Secretary? A few episodes ago, they dedicated the program to the Rohingya minority, the Muslim community, being oppressed by the Buddhists in Myanmar. It's one of our contemporary Holocausts. They raise awareness that over 700,000 people in Asia, former Burma, have been displaced and countless killed. The magic starts with awareness. You can do the magic. Michelle Gadsden Williams is one of the leading business women in our country, according to Diversity Inc. When receiving her award in Washington, D.C. from Maya Angelou, she got up and she said, I want to thank Dr. Bailey Baker because Dr. Baker helped me in speech class to find my voice. And it was a voice that took Michelle to over 108 countries around the world every year as diversity vice president for major organizations. I saw magic happen right here. Kelly Miller.
A student who had interpersonal communication met another student and they became friends. They decided to take health comm together. Her friend needed a kidney. So during the winter break, Kelly said, I have a kidney to spare. So she gave her kidney to Morgan. Today, Kelly is a successful lawyer in New York City. Morgan is in great health. You can be the magic. You are the magic. Magic happens through communication. But there are different types of magic. Some types of magic focus on deception, manipulation, confusion and chaos, fake news, attitudes that say, I'm not going to vote, it doesn't count anyway. What can I do about it? It's bigger than me. And I have to get theoretical just for a few minutes. Dana Cloud, who I believe is one of the profound thinkers in our field, said that we suffer from narration sickness because of the chaos, the confusion, the deceptive magic, and it leads us to hopelessness. The danger is we fall into what she describes as therapeutic discourse. It's all about feelings. It's about selfies. It's the Kardashians. It's my opinion and me. Me and my world. And dialogue gets lost. It's attitudes that settle for mediocrity and turn inward in narcissism instead of doing magic to change the world. On a national level, it's mass shootings. We bring our hands, we light our vigil tapers, we say our prayers, and we feel so helpless. Don't give me any bad news. That's me discourse. Until Valentine's Day this last year. Emma Gonzalez and David Hogg lost 17 of their teachers and classmates at Parkland High School. They did their own magic. They organized a national movement. They knew a little bit about social media. They were working for the newspaper. A few wanted to be journalists. Some thought of public relations. Many of them couldn't even vote. Yet they decided they were going to work magic for change. It starts with awareness, knowing the value and the power of images. It means being tolerant in the midst of difference. It means dialogue through listening. Our magic uses critical thinking and knowing your own power. According to the United States Census Bureau, our inductees today are part of the 63% of the American population who will go to college. You will be part of the 36% of our population to complete your degree and graduate. You are the top of the communication students, numbering nearly 700 at Kean. We need you to work your magic. Be aware of the world around you. We face a lot of issues. Poverty, gender inequity, unconscious racism, the environment. We live in a time where oftentimes there's little genuine civility and tolerance. In the midst of that, be humble. But don't beat yourself down, humble. You don't have to be perfect in a celebrity and entertainment culture. Use an empowered humility. Take the time, in a world where there's little time, to build bridges. And don't let your education stop at graduation. Be a voice. Congratulations, you've made it. But after 23 years at Kean, and about 30-some years in academia, this is the easy part. Now you have to apply it. But remember, you're part of the oldest discipline in civilization going back to ancient Greece. Aristotle talked about logos, ethos, pathos. Logos. In a world of alternate facts, don't give up the quest for the truth. Ethos. Be a person of character. Take a stand for people. Move beyond the meism of narcissism. We need you. And finally, pathos. Have a passion for our world and work to change the parts that we can. How often over the past couple of years have your parents said, why communication? Why not science? Why not be a doctor? Why not go into business? How many of your friends have said, don't you already know how to talk? Others say, what do you do with a degree in communication? Some others say, isn't it just operating a camera? We are so much more. Don't let the world become so big that you feel so small. And hopefully the next time somebody asks you that question, what can you do with a communication degree? You can say, I can do magic.
Thank you, Dr. Lynch. Okay. Before we call everybody up and get to the 23rd wage score, I'd actually like to acknowledge a couple of groups of people. First, you heard from Dr. Lynch, who is one of the many great professors here at Kean. So I did just want to acknowledge our faculty and ask our faculty to please stand up. Thank you. I really truly can say I work with the best people. Thank you all so much for being here. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. Next, I'd like to introduce two students who were inducted into Lambda Pi Eta last year and who agreed. I don't know, maybe after I had to ask them 10 or 12 times. But they agreed to come on board this year and help me plan the event. They made the programs, they made the PowerPoints for me, and I really probably would have had a nervous breakdown if it wasn't for them. So I'd like to call up two seniors who are already inducted into Lambda Pi Eta, SARA, RIDGWAY, and Genesis ALGABA.
I'm going to talk about a little bit of the meaning of Lambda Pi Eta, just like touching on what Dr. Lynch was saying. The first mode of persuasion is logos, or logic. In all aspects of scholarship and its application to one's life, logic plays a major role in deliberations and problem solving. Pathos, or emotional appeal, the second symbol of our organization's title, encompasses a driving force that makes an organization vital and effective. The last mode of persuasion is ethos, or character, credibility, and ethics. Aristotle sees character credibility as a primary means of effecting change in society and in one's life. Thus, it is appropriate that ethos is a major symbol of Lambda Pi Eta. I'm also going to talk a little bit about why I decided to join Lambda Pi Eta. I was inducted into this honor society in the spring of 2016. I applied to be inducted into Lambda Pi Eta because communications has played a huge role in my experience here at Kean. Dr. Lynch said that communications is magic, and I truly believe it. My journey through the communication, media, and journalism school here at Kean has helped me grow as a person through introspection, enabled me to build meaningful relationships with those around me, and helped me find what I'm truly passionate about in life. The things that I am not sure would have happened if I were not a communications major. And this is why being a part of Lambda Pi Eta is pivotal to who I am today and who I will be tomorrow. So, thank you.
Hi everyone, and congratulations for our inductees. I'll be reading the 6 purposes of Lambda Pi Eta. First, to recognize, foster, and reward outstanding scholastic achievement. 2, to stimulate interest in the field of communication. 3, to provide an opportunity to discuss and exchange ideas in the field of communication. 4, to promote and encourage professional development among communication majors. 5, to establish and maintain close relationships and mutual understanding between faculty and students. And finally, 6, to explore options for further graduate education. So when I first came into college, I was afraid of speaking. And I am glad to say that after 3 years being at Kean, I was able to find my voice. My first public speaking class, it was frightening, but I got through it, so thank you, Dr. Baker. And I just read a list of purposes of Lambda Pi Eta, and before I applied in the spring of 2017, I read on these purposes on the website, and I said, who doesn't like being rewarded for hard work and dedication? I sure do. But to me, Lambda Pi Eta symbolizes being part of what I enjoy learning about. Every theory I've learned, every speech I've given, and every press release I've written represents a joyful experience in the field I love and dedicated the last few years of my life. So I hope that if you're here today, it's because you enjoy your major. I surely do, and I'm graduating in May, and it's a bittersweet goodbye, and I have a lot of thanks to my faculty, my professors. Thank you so much for your support, for helping me learn to love the field of communication, and for helping me find my voice. Thank you.
thanks to Genesis and SARA. That was a great job. One or two other facts you can help hand out? And whoever, and Jerry? Right? Jerry. Like I said, go through the little back door over there and walk around. Okay? Alright. Tyra Holly. Tori Brown. Maggie Ortuso. Christian Pemberton. Samantha Henry. Diana Lazo. Helen Jose.
Yes. That's my
Bianca
cousin.
Lee.
Yes, Bianca. Thank you.
Leslie Perez. Noah Cooper. Catherine Owens. Tykeem Davis. Bob Santinello. Victoria Mulligan. Emily O'Rourke. Margie Rosado. Miranda Brenton. Anthony Crisafulli Jr. I have to make sure to get this one right. Soraya Cox. I've been calling her Soraya in class for 2 years now. So she said I better get it right this time. Lucas Hernandez. Jessica Ramos Hernandez. Courtney Elman. Dante Ramos. Michael Roche. Kamora Johnson. Nora Wiley. Christopher Canis. Alec Ramos. Emily Butler. Charlene Iglesias. The sisters, Fallon and Jordan Rapusa. SARA Tejada. Okay, you got everybody? There's nobody hiding anywhere down? Okay. Well, I'd like to congratulate all of you. Okay, Professor Schwab wants you all to stand up and take a bow. Thank you all again for coming. If you would like to take some pictures up here, some selfies or pictures of professors or your parents or whoever you would like, you could come do that at this time. Maybe we can take a big group picture. I know Kean's here, so maybe we want to get lined up. But thank you again, everybody, for coming.